I'm Doug Doyle with the art of the story. Master guitarist, composer, and educator Stephane Wrembel is excited about his upcoming live performances and his recent projects that include Triptyque and Django New Orleans. Wrembel, who grew up wanting to be John Coltrane and loving the music of Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Pink Floyd, then quickly came to appreciate the gypsy-style guitar playing of the man who grew up in his hometown in France.
I grew up in Fontainebleau, where Django lived. This is where he died, this is where he's buried, this is where his family lives. There's a lot of gypsies. Every year there is the Django Reinhardt Festival. When we were young, we used to have like drinks with his son, Babik, and also. We grew up like among that community, and among that music. We heard it since we were kids, but back then it was not very big. It was just the thing that we had around, And when I was like about 18 years old and I started to really want to learn jazz, because I only played the rock guitar until then, I started with classical piano from 4 to 16, and I started guitar at 15. I started to play rock like Pink Floyd and all that. And I wanted to develop my playing. I wanted to be able to play everything. So I got very excited about guitar itself. And Django was the strong presence in my town. Naturally, the first thing that I studied in jazz was the music of Django Reinhardt. And that just blew my mind when I really heard it live for the first time. I realized there was something in there that was not normal, And I started to study with the gypsies. I studied with various grandmasters. And I started to go and play in various gypsy campsites, and it was amazing. It was very, very alive, very natural. And I realized after going to school, I went to the American School of Modern Music in Paris for 5 years, and then I went to Berkeley to finish a degree there. But I realized that Django is still way more advanced as everything we can know, like Debussy. We haven't caught up with Debussy or Ravel or Django. We have complexified things, but that doesn't mean they are more sophisticated. These guys were super sophisticated.
Stephane Wrembel will team up with pianist Jean-Michel Puch at the Monterey Jazz Fest on September 28th.
Jean-Michel Puch on piano, who is I don't even have the words to describe how amazing he is, He's a dynamite when he plays. He can play anything, any tempo, any harmonic, anything. And also he has a field of texture that is completely unbelievable. He plays with muting the strings, doing all kinds of things. And because he practiced only classical music, it's a funny character because he only plays Chopin, Brahms, Schubert, Debussy, Ravel, Mozart, all day long. And then when he goes and he plays, it's all jazz, modern jazz, improvised music and stuff. But his knowledge of harmony and his aesthetic is very influenced by these great classical masters.
Stephane Wrembel will perform at the Middlesex County Jazz Festival on September 29th, and then at Le Poisson Rouge in New York on October 3rd. You can see my entire conversation with the amazing Stephane Wrembel on the WBGO Facebook page. I'm Doug Doyle, WBGO News.